Beth Van Dyne. It's great to have you, Congresswoman. And if you do the math, 3 years of Biden at $2 million a year, we're talking about 6 million people illegally coming into this country, possibly even more, because we can't keep tabs on them all. Another caravan is on the way right now. So you're dealing with really an immigration crisis in this country, and still nothing from the president, nothing from the vice president who was supposed to handle this. This was her task, right? I mean, it's comical as we're all sitting here watching people illegally invade our cities and states.
Yeah, between the two of them, they have a lot of title, but they have, they don't do anything with it. They've got no responsibilities, apparently. You mentioned 6 million. I would argue it's closer to 10 million that we've seen since Biden's come in, and nearly 4 million of those have come into Texas. What we're seeing is by design. Let's not forget that. And you got to love Senator Kennedy for saying it, shooting it straight and saying it the way it is. But this is by design. They were told, the Biden administration was told by those leaders in CBP and ICE before they took office, this would happen if you remove policies like the Remain in Mexico policy that were stopping illegal immigrants from coming into our borders. This would happen if you started your catch and release program. You would be allowing many more in. You would be facilitating faster illegal immigration. What you've seen is exactly that. Like I said, I've been quoted at 10 million people that have come in illegally into our country. And by the way, 60% of those getaways have been in Texas as well. We have solutions for this, and those solutions have got to get started. We are in a wartime scenario right now. When you look at what's happening at the border, when you look at what has infiltrated our borders already, the 100,000 people who have died as a result of fentanyl poisoning alone, which, by the way, is more than any terrorist attack against America. 100,000 people have died as a result of this. These are Mexican cartels that are benefiting. You have a president and the Mexican president who is unwilling to help and aid because he's fine with it. And unfortunately, you have a U.S. administration and a U.S. president that have enabled this by creating the policies and creating the conditions.
You unfortunately have also some kind of agreement, apparently, or at least an attempt to put together an agreement between the Secretary of State Blinken and DHS Secretary Mayorkas with the Mexican president about an amnesty for those millions of illegals who are here in the United States now. The Speaker of the House, Mr. Johnson, says he wasn't approached by the administration about this. So what is the administration doing? Are they going over the heads of Congress to come up with an amnesty for the millions who are here?
Well, it would seem so. When you think about the trip they just took, Mayorkas and Blinken, down to go visit with President Obrador, we still don't know what the plan was. It seems to be it was simply a photo op. But what was the plan? What are we telling Mexico in order to force them to partner with us to be able to protect our borders? And I would argue that there is no plan.
Not talking about fentanyl for sure. The Mexican president released that information. He leaked that out to everybody. Meantime, Rashida Tlaib adding more fuel to her fiery rage against Benjamin Netanyahu. And in an Instagram story, the Michigan Congresswoman calling out everyone in Congress, that's me, with the Israeli prime minister saying, quote, genocidal maniac. Every member of Congress who sits down with this murderer is supporting a war criminal. Quick reaction from you, Congresswoman.
I have supported Israel and the people against the fight against Hamas. I look at, Rashida Tlaib. She is a Hamas supporter, a Hamas terrorist sympathizer, and I was very proud to be able to sign on and to vote for Congressman Rich McCormick's resolution, which is basically a censure resolution that got bipartisan support because we all recognize her anti-Semitic attacks on Israel. She'd be happy, absolutely happy with Israel being wiped off the map. What we need to concentrate on is protecting the Israeli people, protecting the Palestinian people against the terrorist Hamas regime, clearing Gaza so that this never happens again, and calling out those people that are causing, so much turmoil within the U.S., including some Congress members like Tlaib.
Congresswoman Beth Van Dyne, Happy New Year, Congresswoman. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.